Pop punk is alive and well in the Bronx, and don't let anyone tell you differently. Josh, Miguel, and Alexy are a trio of Bronx natives that make up the band RONX, and right now they're at the top of their game. Join us as we share their story, highlight their journey, and see just what it takes to be an independent band in 2021. This is the Bronx. This is B-Sides.
These sleepless nights are so messed up. You're on my mind, can't get enough. I say I'm fine, I mean I'm fucked up. I'm calling you, pick up the phone. I kiss you goodnight, I'll be here.
We didn't really know any bands in the Bronx. We thought we were just the only kids who wanted to do punk rock, the only Latino kids that wanted to do punk rock music in the Bronx. In that aspect, it just felt like, where's the rest of the creative people,
The drug in me, your lips like candy up in my body. And I cannot forget the times we had the nights we spent alone, laid up in bed. I can't deny that you're the drug in me, your lips like candy up in my body. We'll pull up the sunset, you and I, caught in a moment, lost in your eyes. You got me gazing like starry nights. The one thing I can't.
Definitely a lot of struggle really made us who we are. Just every day, doing the everyday 9 to 5, or just being in the same neighborhood that doesn't really understand who you are. Kind of a hate this town type of thing, but you don't really hate this town. It's just it's what really made Bronx who we are. We just know that, as much as we love the Bronx, we want to expand and be out of the Bronx one day, and just really, but then also come back and help those others.
Laid up in bed, I can't deny that you're the drug in me, your lips like candy up in my body. Wake up, pick up the phone. I don't enough all alone. Wake up, pick up the phone. I don't enough all alone. And I cannot forget the time we had the nights we spent alone.
The reason why I like Bronx from the Bronx is because they are hardworking and underground. They keep the scene alive.
Born and raised, yeah.
Kingsbridge, Lauren Place.
I was born in 3rd Ave, Lincoln Hospital, but I moved around a lot as well, so I've been all around the block.
All around the block, okay.
I've been all around the Bronx, moving around. But currently I've been in Fordham Road for since high school pretty much. So Fordham Road has been a staple for me, kind of.
Okay, so you guys are in what band? RONX, right?
Wrong.
And what's the deal with RONX? Is it pop punk? Is it rock? Is it grunge?
Well, we're many things. And I feel like we change. We don't really consider ourselves as a specific genre, but even though we like to call ourselves pop punk or punk, but we like to be versatile. Lately, with our recent music, we've been doing more poppy stuff, some more trap elements in our music. So we try to be more, try to do everything.
One can argue you should have been in hip hop or something like that, huh?
Yeah.
So, what was the influences that got you into pop punk, Thousands Alternative, that whole Blink-182 sound that you guys have? Tell us about those upbringings.
I grew up with, just in general, my dad always putting Eminem on, and my dad's a huge Eminem fan. And then my sisters would always have Beyonce and Chris Brown, Rihanna on the TV. MTV was always on.
Yeah.
And I would just, it was good music. I would vibe to it, but I never thought of myself as a music person. So I wouldn't focus on it much, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was only until I got into high school where I started listening to actual music, making my own playlists and stuff. Started listening to Drake and Meek Mills, more of the rap stuff. And then eventually, after I would say my first girlfriend put me on to rock music, and then ever since then, like I became a real punk rock, pop punk person in high school. I just really got into it, I guess, because I was going through a phase.
No, but I think actually Josh put me onto some more rock music because like I would just listen to music because that's what I like. But then like he would show me some songs, like he would put me on when we first like met up. Like he hit me up through Facebook for like saying happy birthday to me, and then from there we just been talking.
Oh wow.
And then we connected through music, and then he would just send me some songs like, oh, listen to this, this is that, and I'll listen to it, and I would really take them in, like, oh, I actually like really like this, and then we would like I would find something I like too, then send it to him. They were, oh, cool. And then we like kind of like grew into a more aggressive music from there.
Yeah,
Which is,
we
like-
both liked a lot of the same artists. It all really started with Ed Sheeran, to be honest.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
I would say like it started off with like a lot of pop music too, like Ed Sheeran,
Can't forget One Direction.
One Direction. We were fans of One Direction, and also Bruno Mars was an inspiration, and 5 Seconds of Summer, I would say as well, became our rock idols. They're like a pop rock band, but they also have like kind of a punk rock energy to them, especially when they were like younger. And we felt like we wanted to be kind of like had that energy, like, you know, we wanted to be punk rock and do what we wanted to do at our age and like rule the world and stuff.
Hold on, there's something I need to confess. I've been holding in. I don't sleep till the sun comes up. I fill my coffee cup, spilt it all on the floor. Stain on my bling t-shirt. Should've stayed up past 10. Always making a mess. Yeah, I know I'll be late again. Don't think it would hurt to start it over. She said I don't know. Supernova, I miss you. I miss you. Hold on, there's something I need to express. I've been waiting for this. Now let me hold ya. Let me feel the love on your lips, the pain under your skin. I only drink till the sun comes up. I fill my solo cup, left my heart on the
Our rock era, that thousands, mid thousands era, kind of was already kind of passing by, and so it's interesting that your influences on emo punk and pop punk come from other sources of music, and I guess you kind of ran with it and kind of redeveloped this sound that was before your time. Get your influences from still those other different types of genres, or are you kind of like at that point thinking about these like emotional elements and sad elements in your songwriting?
I think we really focus on the sad elements per se, because like that's like really easy for us to like express ourselves, because we have like a lot of emotions like just bottled up inside of us, a lot of stress, a lot of like problems in our lives, and we just like that's just an easy what do you say, like an easy subject to actually talk about in our music. So we usually go for that, but then sometimes we'll just see how we feel. Like maybe we feeling a little happier, so we like go for something happier, or you know, something emo. It's emo. It's really cool.
It's very, like many people say, it's very therapeutic music.
Absolutely.
And we feel like it helps us do a lot when we write out how we feel, and we always try to keep it that way. You know, we always try to write what we feel inside, type of thing. Like, you know, we used to be you know, punk rock kids. Like, we wanted to be punk rock kids, write punk rock songs all the time, and we were really focused on that. And then we grew, you know, we got older, we graduated high school, and our catalog of music just opened up so much after that. Like, we really became more open to like trying new things and not saying no, like saying yes, you know?
Yeah.
Like saying yes more to things.
Growing up, I was like, okay, I was into Sum 41, Blink-182, like that was my like pop punk rock, right? You know? But even in the same way, making music today for you guys, it's one of my favorite things about music because it's cyclical. And it's like, you're still inspired by that same sound. You're still making your own music on those foundations and doing a damn good job at it. Honestly, the first time, I think I told Chris this, the first time I ever heard about RONX, I was told, and quote unquote, the Blink-182 of the Bronx. and that's huge. That's a big statement. That's a big statement. And then I heard your music and I was like, okay. All right. I hear it. It brought me back a little bit. It did. Yeah.
We actually were like, well, we still are like huge Blink-182 fans. Like, I would say, like from the very start, it was 5 Seconds of Summer, and Blink-182 is what formulated us at the start. And then from there, it grew into different like aspects of music and all that.
Steve's presence gets better. I remember when I first saw you at Big Nabs, back in 2018 when we had that show in Yonkers, and it was a very linear, very like, you know, just the stage presence was kind of like very numb. And since then, I've noticed you've just been more interactive with your fans.
Yeah.
Has your fans kind of told you that, or what have you been doing differently to engage with the people that listen to you?
I have a lot of fun. I'm sure you guys seen me go off stage and run in the crowd and stuff. Like, I love doing that. I just got like a wireless system for my guitar, like probably it's been a couple years now. And because those things are really expensive, like, you know, it took a minute to get one of those, and I'm still the only one in the band.
I need to get myself one of those.
But that's one thing that I really like. I'm glad that I got that because it made it easier to interact with people in the crowd and people who are like in the back who don't really know what's going on or who we are. I could just come up right in front of them and just be like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Josh." Like,
they like the funniest story of like Josh. Like actually doing one of those things is like where we did like our own tour, that Sad Boy tour, and we were in Washington DC, and we were playing our set, right, and then Josh had this wireless, so he was walking around all around the bar, and then he went outside to people smoking cigarettes. He was like, "Hey, go inside." He was like, "Go inside, come watch us play," and then they went inside after that.
So I know you guys have been doing a lot, especially lately.
Yes.
You know, you just mentioned that you planned and booked your own tour.
Yeah.
We're looking at your socials. You guys are recording out in LA. You know, you guys are doing stuff here. What's that like in 2021, being an independent artist, independent band, handling all of your own tours, your social media? What's that like? Do you have any, I guess, pointers for new bands coming in, especially these days?
Well, definitely it's like hard, but like easy in a way. Like it's hard because we have to like keep track of this and they keep track of that, they keep track of this, and it's just like so much to like think about, and then like what we're gonna be wearing, like plan everything all on our own. Like we wish like we had somebody to like help us out, but like, you know, we're independent, so we have to do this all on our own. But I feel like the easiest part is like the recording aspect. So like we finally found like the best way to like save money and also save a lot of time with like recording music. So what we do is I have a home studio in my place, and we record everything there, production like pre-production, do everything there, and we send it to our engineer in LA, and he mixes everything. So then like while he's doing that, we're already recording the next song, and it's just like
shout out to Jonathan. Audio Mech in LA. I actually came across him on, I think it was Facebook or something, he had posted a picture in the studio with MGK and like Travis Barker, and I'm like,
That's
I gotta look
exactly
this guy up.
that's exactly what you guys want. Yeah, that's right.
Like, especially, you know, Travis Barker, Blink-182, you know, we're
course.
huge fans. I had reached out to him, and it took a while, you know, but eventually he came in contact with me, and we started talking about doing music together. And then now he's like our guy. Like, he's the go-to guy that we go to now. And he's planning a lot of other things with us as well. And we're very excited for all that. It's like, I would say, yeah, like Miguel said, it's like way easier producing our own music in our space and sending it out to him where he understands what we're going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you recently recorded a music video out in LA, correct?
Sort of.
Funny story. So we did go to LA in March, right?
It was March.
And we had a goals when we were there. We were gonna promote our music, our EP that was dropping, and film a couple music videos all by ourselves. And you know, we went out, we were promoting our stuff, we were taking videos of ourselves and all that stuff. And then we did manage to get like one music video out of it, but more of like a visualizer video. It was like for our song Houston, that we put it on our IG. And then we were trying to make a music video for the next single, which was Mary Jane. And we eventually decided to just do B-rolls in Cali, just of us having a fun time.
A compilation.
Nice.
That's really good.
And it came out really well.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, shout out to
Daniel Diaz.
our boy Daniel Diaz.
Yeah.
AECO. Yeah, we worked with Daniel a lot, and he helped that video come to life like perfectly. Like, yeah. So we were out there doing our thing. We met up with the engineer Jonathan for the first time. We also recorded another song in LA with this guy named Jaden Seeley, which was Drug and Me, which is out already.
Yeah.
That song was an experience itself.
Yeah.
Like, we felt like this was something we want every single day of our lives. Like, we just didn't want to leave.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very magical. But as for the whole like pointers and stuff, I would say for artists starting out to really just pace yourself, but don't like constrict yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't block yourself from.
Stay open-minded.
Just open-minded.
Yeah, and don't like, you know, wait forever. You know what I mean? Like, plan everything out, but once you have the plan, you execute the plan and not just wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we notice a lot of artists would like say, oh yeah, we have a bunch of songs, we're gonna drop this, we're gonna drop that, and then a year later we're like, yo, what happened to those songs?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're still gonna drop them. And I would say pointers for that is like, you know, do it now. Like, you have a song, drop it tomorrow. Like, not literally, but you know,
There's
just put
never
it
a
out.
perfect moment, right?
Yeah,
Like, you're not gonna have a perfect time to do anything. So
Yeah.
do it while you have it.
Do it while you
embrace that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you guys do a great job on the socials. Like you know, Dana brought that up
Yeah.
a little
Planning
bit
as
before.
well.
Is that I think it's great the way you do market your videos, and you know you're using, you know, your IG and your TikToks. Like, you're using it very, very methodically, very strategically. And I know you mentioned that before. You know, last year that you wanted to kind of get the RONX name and your music out there a lot more. And I think you're doing a great job of that. I think people are really seeing you guys of what you're really doing. And I think it's great. I think it's really important to kind of get these new songs out there, because I really like the branding. I like the videos. I like the colors. I like everything that you're doing. Just the presence in general has been really, really great. Has that been something that you've just taken from like your time at Cali, or you're taking it from New York? Like, where are you getting these influences from with your music going forward?
We actually we actually met this other guy from LA. His name is Ray McDonald.
Shout out to
him.
Shout out to
He has a list.
But, yeah, don't worry, there's more to come. But like he like we met him through our good friend that he's actually gonna be opening up tonight. We met him through him.
Okay, where was Wayne?
Where was Wayne?
Where
Yes.
was Wayne?
Like
Nice.
he had like he was doing like an IG live, and then
Okay.
he heard like our music playing in the background. He was like, "Yo, who's that?" He was like, "Okay," and they were like, "Bro, like yo, you guys sound good and all." And then we told him we mentioned we're going to Cali. He was like, "Yeah, I want to meet up with you guys." But like from then and on, like till we got there, he was telling us how to be better. So he was telling us, "Oh, like you guys don't look, like artists, or you guys don't look like this guy. Like be more presentable," kind of giving us pointers and more colors.
Interesting.
Like
Okay.
he would literally like go on tangents, like 2-3 hours on the phone call,
Yeah.
telling us like a lot of things. He would send photos of like Pinterest, like this is like a little collage of like things that you should be wearing and stuff like that. We're like, okay, like this guy like really knows his stuff. So we're kind of just like we took that and we really like took it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Just like
Is that the
right.
Bronx drip that I had been seeing?
Ca-
The flower prints, the plaid pants.
yeah.
Tell us about the
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
Like, is it really that's because of his McDonald's influence, McDonald's takes
Well,
for that, or
It grew from there.
right?
He pretty much was like very real with us. He was very honest, and he said it how it was. Our page wasn't really like, we didn't look like rock stars. We looked like we were still amateurs at some like trying to get off the ground type of thing. And he made it very clear to us that we have to stop looking like amateurs and look like we're different from everybody else. Like we gotta be different from like all the other Cup of Joes out
Stand
there. Yeah, like stand out, and like Miguel said, he suggested to me like I would look good in more brighter colors, like more white shirts and stuff, because I would always wear black. I used to wear black every day. Just all black, everything, like black was my color. But then he made that suggestion to wear more white, and I mean, I feel like I like how I look in brighter colors, and now I'm into like flowers, floral stuff.
I was talking to Jax, and we've had the privilege of knowing you for quite some time, a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And like we've definitely seen you both in your music, your image, and your branding just develop and skyrocket. Even at the last show, you came in, I was like, "Wow, you're looking great, man!"
Oh yeah,
I was like, wow. So that's fantastic, right? Like you guys are constantly developing. Now here's a question for you. There's a lot of talk, LA, Cali. Do you think what you guys are trying to do would be better on the West Coast as opposed to Boogie Down Bronx, East Coast? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
That's a very controversial question.
It's tricky. It's tricky. We all know the rock scene in the Bronx is, it's not a mainstream aspect, right? Going to FLC, me growing up in the rock scene, all of my friends met them in the rock scene. It's tricky because the Bronx is the home of hip hop, right? Like that's bread and butter, born and raised. So with the rock aspect to it, it's not always like the highlight, which TFAC has been working on. So do you think the rock is more appreciated, West Coast kind of vibes?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Like the local scene, like don't get me wrong, the local scene, like they appreciate every artist, like and I love the support that we give off from each other. But I feel like in the West Coast is like a lot more popular just because like that's like what everyone's vibe is right now. Like
it's a whole different world out there.
Yeah. Like just being in that situation, it was just like wow, like it's so different. It's just like New York, but like it's different. Like people are more outgoing and more supportive. Like, oh, you do this, let me get your contact, and just like
Gotcha.
They just like run with it.
Man, music is a really you never know what's going to happen in music. I mean, look, the Beatles came here, then they got popular. Hendrix. No one's ever gonna find their right way to do things, especially with genres. Pop, rock, jazz. It doesn't matter. Regardless of all of that, I think what you guys are doing and the path that you guys are on is perfect. I wouldn't change anything.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think another question is that what is missing, I guess, in the rock scene here in the local, if not New York in general, but also in the Bronx? What do you think is missing than what you see in Cali that you don't see here?
I say it all the time. I feel like it's like there's some sort of unity missing. Like we wanted to build a family with RONX. We wanted to build a team here. You know, a camera guy, a marketing person. You know, someone just to be there, just to be supportive and like help us carry, you know, stage crew and all that. And we've had so much trouble doing, you know, finding people who would want to rock with us, you know, not be in the band, not perform, but, you know, help us look good and help us, you know, be a part of the journey and grow with us and, you know, get to the top with us. I feel like in New York, it's really hard to find something like that, opposed to like in Cali where everybody has a team, like everybody already has like, oh, this is my boy, he's our photographer, you know, he's the man that's always with us all the time, or this is my boy who edits all our stuff and all that. And like they're always on the road together and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people here probably still feel a little competition or some sort, or I really don't know what it is, to be honest, but it's like there's not enough people getting together opposed to like just being on their own. I feel like a lot of bands will take off, you know, go to such great heights if they actually, you know, reach, you know, work with more people and be open to, you know, like what other people think besides like what you think about your band and your music.
I keep thinking about the times where we sat past 8 or